The sun is just coming over the shoulder of the ridge there. Hey Cwm, I'm gonna go do a little cold soak here in Cwm this morning. Figure I'd do this for you. I can't feel the water yet. I'm glad I'm wearing the booties because the rocks on the bottom of the lake are hard. Not sure how far out I'm going to have to go here. Whew. That's cold. Oh yeah, I can feel that. So Sarah and I got up this morning she woke me up at 11 after 5, and I rolled out of bed, and we left the house at 5:30, and it's a half-hour drive up here. And sunrise was supposed to be around 6:30, maybe a little earlier. And so this is Cwm in the Snowdonia National Park. And I know I've done pictures from up here before. I can see mosquitoes flying around over the water. But so we got up here, and we've seen a couple people. We saw a guy over there with his dog. You can't see me pointing that far away. I've got the 360 camera set up over next to Sarah, so you can watch Sarah scratching her head and looking at me out here if you want. But yeah, there was a guy with his dog over there, and that's kind of the only person we've seen up here, honestly. And the sunrise was okay. We've seen better. It was, the best sunrises are when there's a little bit of cloud right on the horizon, and then a gap, and then a lot of cloud higher up. And there's just the clouds are there's sort of mist on the horizon, a marine layer, if you will. So there was some color in the sky, but it wasn't as striking as some of the sunrises we've seen on this trip. But I figured I did bring my neoprene booties and gloves, and I decided to leave the gloves in the car. I'm actually wearing this hat really only because it gives me a place to hook the microphone to. Otherwise, it's quite warm. It's like 20 degrees ambient air temperature. And the water felt cold when I got in, but it's not bad now. It's actually quite nice. So this Shin Cwm Idwal is where we are. This is Shin Idwal. And it was on a list of the best places in Great Britain to wild swim, which is what they call getting in the water in a place that is not a designated and curated swimming area. And I imagine if you were here, you would swim out to the middle of this and back. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't know if you can see the trail that runs around the lake. We've never actually taken the trail around the lake. Someday we'll come back and do that. So yeah, we've been spending a lot of time with people the last few days. I think I told you we had on Sunday, we had breakfast with our friends David and Helen. On Monday, we had a afternoon, couple hours with Margaret, Mags, at her house where she and Sarah spoke Welsh for an hour and a half. And then they spoke English with me the last half hour just to be kind. And then we, on yesterday, we met our friends Amir and Trisha at Trevor, a little village along the north east side of the Shin Peninsula, where we had a little walk with them and then a picnic lunch. And then we went to a little church that Amir recommended, and it was really cool. And actually on Monday afternoon we went to back to look at Isran, the house, and the builder came and looked at the structures in the attic. And he said, yeah, there's a support that slipped out of a notch. And he said with a jack, you could knock it back in and then put a plate on it. And that's really all we need. What's that?
6 minutes.
That's 6 minutes. So yeah, we're going to go back to the house this afternoon, actually, or today at some point. And then we're going to walk through it and just look at all the things that need to be done. And it's interesting because every room in the house has little things that need to be done and some bigger things as well. There's everything is just ratty and old and worn, and it just needs to be refreshed, everything in the house. And there's a ton of junk, like there's furniture that needs to be gotten rid of, all kinds of stuff like that. And so we're going to try to go through and make a list of all the things that need to be done, and then we're going to prioritize them. So that was a lovely, lovely cold soak, I gotta say. I really, really enjoyed that. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.